Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff. Throw left side complete. That's Pratt. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now Goff on first down. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. On first down, it's Goff. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pratt. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for Detroit. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. The numbers for Mixon last week, he was able to topple the 200-yard mark and a rushing touchdown for good measure.
And what I found surprising, all those yards he accumulated, only found the end zone one time.
Just once.
That doesn't even seem fair, does it?
But still, the 200-yard mark, something he can always carry in his back pocket. And this one is incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And he will find his man Chase complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates.
At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Well, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him.
It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
On 1st and 10, Goff completes this out left to Ruggs. 7 yards the pickup there. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. Back to the running game with Swift. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
And he stopped immediately there.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And the reception made by Green. Touchdown! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to grow their lead.
Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
On 1st down, Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. To try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you got a talented back, give it back to him.
On second down, here's Mixon. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, you got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. Flush to his right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Goff on first down. And he's got it. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Try to power it in with Arma. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Swift. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. Now Goff. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions.
Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field.
And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Big 13! Big 13!
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They go play action with Burrow. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second down and 7. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He'll look downfield for Waller.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense...
Now Burrow loses the football.
And this is scooped up by the Lions. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Taken in at the 3. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll check on his status when we get back.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Burrow on play action. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Burrow will throw. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Again, it's Burrow. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line. Play action. It's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And that is not a sight they want to see. Joe Mixon very slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Burrow on third down. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
Burrow going for it on fourth. That's to his running back, complete. And the Bengals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. Here's Burrow.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Final play of the half for Burrow and company.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sport. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Now a throw here, hauled in.
Touchdown Bengals. Tyler Boyd. His second touchdown on the season. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult.
Now they go play action now. Burrow.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow, he'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
83 yards. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter.
Now a first down throw, gone. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He'll rifle this one deep right side. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Lions are going to take possession here.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Burrow on 1st down.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
On the move to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked.
And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And caught right side, Green. Past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff.
And the Lions are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year.
And the Bengals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Now the extra point. And the lead is down to 20. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And Detroit back in possession.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown.
Ja'Marr Chase.
60 yards.
And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts this lead down to 13. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates.
So now Burrow down around his goal line. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown Bengals.
Ja'Marr Chase.
96 yards.
And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. 1-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. To throw, Burrow.
They'll roll him out right, and he wisely will throw that one away. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here's Burrow.
Out to his left.
That's complete to Chase.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Throwing, Burrow.
His throw incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Burrow.
This is caught. It's Boyd.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Now Burrow. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Third and goal. Keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Now it's Burrow to Mixon on the check down. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. A final shot now for Burrow. And he's into the end zone with no time left on the clock. And they're an extra point away from winning this game.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. The kick is good, and can you believe this? They win it with zeros on the clock. Well, this was a game we'll have in the memory banks for a while. The winning touchdown at the end, and then they had to get that extra point. You know, the knees were shaking, but he put it through, and boom, a dramatic victory.
And just remember, prior to 2015, that extra point almost felt routine, didn't it? Like it was a fait accompli. But when we moved it back to the 15, now the drama kicked in. So yes, the touchdown, extremely important. Obviously, they had to have it. That was huge. But that was not a gimme, and he knocked it through the post.
So for Cincinnati, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Lions, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.